as yourself, and you can trust us on the program. We are not doing past ourselves, but we are going to do what we are capable of doing, and that is educating you, informing you, and entertaining you. And today is the 21st day in the month of March, and is a day dedicated to this special set of professionals. And it's a day set aside to recognize group is known as World Surveyors Day. And what does Global Surveyor Days mean is a day celebrated annually to recognize the crucial role of surveyors in land management, development, and shaping the communities with roots dating back to ancient Egypt. The day was first celebrated in 2018, honoring pioneers and modern professionals. And you know, the days have all been celebrated on and on and on since then. And this year's theme is called Surveyors Challenge in Multi-Sectoral Growth. Surveyors Challenge in Multi-Sectoral Growth. And to, you know, help us discuss the topic better, help us throw light on what World Surveyor Day means and who a surveyor is, no other person than Surveyor Abiodun Liadi, the chairman, Nigerian Institute of Surveyor, Ogun State Branch. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Thank you for coming on this wonderful day.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. When you mention surveyor, when we all mention surveyor, two things comes to mind. Oh, I need to carve out a land, or I need to mark my boundaries. So beyond marking boundaries and carving out a portion of land, who are surveyors?
Thank you very much. Let me first and foremost say greetings to all our viewers and all surveyors that are outside there engaging in what they know best to do, to capture, to survey land for the purpose of development. Back to your question, what you say, what do surveyors do? I think the one that the majority, the public know best well is the issue of surveying a parcel of land for the purpose of a residential building. You want to raise a building, and you call a surveyor to mark your plots and to give you what we regard as a survey plan. But beyond this, surveyors carry out other projects. Surveyors are found in other developmental and sectoral programs, because there could be no meaningful development without a surveyor. Talk of the various programs and projects in any nation. If you want to construct a road, the land surveyor will be the one that will be there first. You want to build an airport, the surveyor will be the one to be there first. You want to construct a seaport, the surveyor will be the one that will be there first. You want to build an estate, it is the land surveyor that will be there first. Talk whatever project, it is the land surveyor that you find there first. In other areas of life, talk about construction of refinery, talk about exploiting crude oil, it is the land surveyor that will be there first. So the role of surveyor is not limited to just measure this four-corner portion of a land and you give the person a survey plan. The role goes much, much wider.
So you mentioned survey plan now, and I think that is one thing many people don't take seriously now. Or after I paid to one, they're like, they say, "Oh, you're busy. I'm okay with the land." And now let's look at one of the documents surveyors work with is survey plan. How important is it I'm talking about individuals now because I know many organizations, estate agents might have that, but individuals, how important is it for you to have your survey plan on any landed property?
The survey plan is the product, it's a product of the surveyor's work. So, and it is necessary for you to have a survey plan of the land that you want to use for any developmental project. Because first and foremost, you have to know the location of your land. Everything is about location. So for you to be able to do anything meaningful, for the government to be able to know, okay, this development is going on where and how, then there's the need for you to be able to have a survey plan. And this survey plan also is one of the products that is needed in other areas. The architects want to design a building on a land, he needs a survey plan that will give him the dimension of the land that he wants to design on. He needs a survey plan, and that survey plan could be the perimeter survey, it could be a topographical survey that will show the elevation, the undulation of that particular land, that will help the architect to be able to carry out a meaningful design. So the survey plan, when we are talking about getting a title for your land, one of the products that will be required of you is submission of a survey plan. So it is the basic thing. Just as the land surveyor is the first one to enter any land, virgin land, for the purpose of development, his product also, which is the survey plan, is always the first thing to be required for any meaningful program and projects.
Okay, sir. Now, let's talk about challenges that surveyors face. What are the challenges surveyors face in modern times, especially in land management and development?
Thank you very much. Just like the theme of this Global Surveyors Day, the theme is surveyors' challenges in multi-sectoral programs and projects. There are various challenges. Let me first say that this day, 21st day of March 2026, is a Global Surveyors Day, and it's not meant only for the land surveyor. Other surveyors also are involved in celebrating this day. The estate surveyor, the quantity surveyor, and who else? And others that has relation to do with surveying. They are involved in celebrating this day. But for us as land surveyors, we face a lot of challenges in the course of our work. Like just as I said before, the surveyor will be the one to enter any particular place first to carry out his own work. Imagine the dangers that is associated with that.
I'm still coming to that angle, because I want to ask that while studying for to be a surveyor, are there other things you have been taught back in school? Because when I have the opportunity to follow some surveyors to work site, and the way they navigate a very thick word, I'm like, please calm down. I don't have this kind of. So is it part of do you learn that over time, or is just part of the terrain, or you are being prepared for this while studying?
In the course of getting yourself ready to be a surveyor, you must have undergone some training. Even in the school, you will undergo some training that has to do with going to the field, doing some field work, and the rest of them. Then, in the course of becoming a surveyor, you will have undergone some mentorship, and then you have gained some practical experience, and then you will have navigated all these areas, and you'll have gained that practical experience of what you will begin to meet at challenges when you start practicing as a surveyor. Yes.
Okay, now let's look at other angles of you mentioned that they are also we have quantity surveyors, because people don't tend to link other surveying sectors to land, because when you talk about when you talk about surveyor, the first thing that comes to mind is land surveyor. So what other areas, especially to younger ones who are watching now that wants to, I want to be a surveyor, so what other areas are there in surveying?
Okay, in surveying.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when we talk about surveying, people usually refer to it as land surveying.
Yes.
But it's much more than that. Even though actually we are surveying land, we have those who specialize in surveying on the waters.
Okay.
We call them hydrographic surveyors.
Oh.
So you see them on the sea, and they're the one that deals with the issue of a racing platform, getting location where the exploration for crude oil and the rest of them. So they are there. We regard them as we call them hydrographic surveyors. There are those that deals with mapping the land from the air. We call them the photogrammetrists.
Okay.
They have own field is photogrammetry or remote sensing. It's either they use the aeroplane to map the land, or presently we make use of drones to map the land. And possibility is that you can use other kind of platform. If it's the satellite, then you can get this the data from the satellite for you to be able to map the land. That's another aspect of surveying. There's also the engineering surveying. The engineering surveying covers the area of fixing structures. They're talking about construction of roads that the surveyor will find on the road. We talk about the issue of building. Maybe a building is going to several heights. Then you find some surveyors there, right from the beginning till the end of the construction of that building. These are the engineering surveyors. So there are other aspects of surveying that the majority of the public do not know much about. But it should be of interest to the younger surveyors, to the younger ones outside who want to study surveying, that the work of surveyor is not just limited to measuring the four corners. You can work in the oil and gas field, you can work with the engineers, you can work as a GIS expert, you can work as a remote sensing expert, and other areas of surveying, depending on your choice, where you want to specialize.
Now, looking at this year's celebration, World Surveyors Day, so what is the celebration all about?
The World Surveyors, the Global Surveyors Day, just as you read at the beginning, is a day that is set aside to appreciate what the surveyors are doing in the area of development, to showcase, to enlighten the public, because as we just said, majority of the public do not know who the surveyor is. So it's a day also to enlighten the public. It's a day of awareness. And also, like for this year, the theme for this year is to talk about the challenges that surveyors face in carrying out their work. We have just mentioned a few of them. There are challenges in the area of technology. There are challenges in the area of data. There are challenges in the area of environment. Several challenges that we face. And then I think we want the public to appreciate what we actually pass through. Because at the end of the day, you will just think, what is the surveyor giving to me? He just giving me these 4 lines. Or he just giving me this point, written somewhere, and then he's collecting some thousands of naira. Not knowing the challenges that the surveyor actually passed through. If you begin to break them down, you will see that it costs us a lot. And we want the public to know that actually it costs a lot for a surveyor to be able to give to you at the end of the day what you regard to as a point or these lines that is drawn on the map. A lot of gone actually into it.
Now, is there what is the correlation between surveying and, policing?
Surveying and policing.
Policy.
And policy.
Policy, yes, sir.
When you talk about policy, we have policy and we have policing.
Policing, okay, policing.
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 Policing has to do with the issue of security. And there is a relationship between us. We go to land to carry out measurements on land. And you see that sometimes you see some miscreants coming there also. They chase the surveyors away, because they refer to some people as land grabbers.
No,
they are not they are Ajagungbale.
Okay.
We have the Omoniles, who are the owners of the land. But we have the Ajagungbale. The land is not theirs, but they want to, like it was in the old time, when you carry water a particular location, you exit the people who are living there, and because you have much power, then you grab that particular land. That's exactly what they are doing. They are the Ajagun brothers. So we meet with a lot of these challenges outside there, and sometimes when the police come, they just carry everybody to the station. They will find it difficult to be able to differentiate actually who is who. But in that area, we are speaking with the Nigerian police, and we are going to a kind of relationship and enlightenment, so that we ourselves also, we should be able to identify ourselves, so that the police will know, oh, these are surveyors. Even though you want to carry everybody to the police station, but at least there's a way in which you treat this person who is a professional, who is there, not to carry anybody's land, because land cannot be carried, it's immobile, but he is there to carry out his own professional duty. And of course, he cannot just jump there. Somebody must have called him to carry out that particular duty, and therefore you'll be able to differentiate and then sift the grains from the chaff.
Now, on this day that you are celebrating, are there plans to involve the Nigerian police, so that they can be part of this celebration, so they can understand, oh, these are our challenges and these are the things we are going through?
Thank you very much. There is going to be an elaborate aspect of this program. Actually, all will have been done today, but because we have respect for our Muslim brothers and sisters, and they have been fasting for the past some days, and we think it's the best to allow them to rest a while, so that the chairman will come to the television station, speak to the public, and then a day, we are picking Wednesday this week, when we now go out, there will be a trek from the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors headquarters at Ijeja, and we move towards Okelewo, and then we turn back, we visit the motherless babies' homes, and show our kind of CSR, and then these are some of the things we have in plan. There's going to be an more elaborate one, because already we have sought the permission, and the KBAC, the Akarigbo of Remo, he has given us the privilege that we come to his palace to speak with him and all the Obas in the whole of Remo region. Last year, we did that at Ota, but this year we are going to Remo, and then so the higher officers of the Nigerian police will also be there, and then we'll discuss, we'll ruminate together on how we can move things forward.
Now, for a young person who is watching this program this morning and wants to be a surveyor, what are the necessary steps for that person to take?
Let me say, the surveying profession is a challenging profession, and when we were in the university, it was only like men affairs, but these days, because of technology and methodology, so we now have boys and girls coming into the surveying profession.
So technology has actually made it more easier.
It makes it much more easier. And for you to be a surveyor, number one, you must have read sciences. And then, especially your mathematics, your physics, your geography, all these subjects are important. And then you get enrollment, admission to the university. If you go to the university, you are pursuing a BSc or a BTech in surveying and geoinformatics. If you go to the Polytechnic, then you are pursuing an HND in surveying and geoinformatics. But whichever line you take, eventually when you graduate, then you will need to go through a kind of a mentorship, or we call it pupillage, whereby you will serve under an experienced registered surveyor who will now tutor you for about 2 years. Then you now sit down for what we call a professional examination, or handled by SOCON, Surveyors Council of Nigeria. And once you pass that examination, you are qualified to start practicing.
Oh, okay, thank you so much, sir. But before we allow you go on the program today, today is a Global Surveyors Day. What is going to be your message? What's going to be your message to the general public?
Thank you very much. My message to the general public, I think we'll take it one after the other. Number one, to the government. We talk about the issue of technology. Most of the equipment that we are buying, they are very, very costly. That is one. Number two is the issue of the the data. I talk about technology. They deal with the issue of a network, internet network. And then sometimes this network, they are giving us serious troubles and challenges because they are not stable. They are not stable. And then that is a challenge to us because it has to do with data. We faced a serious one just about a few weeks ago, and then we started to brainstorm, how do we solve this issue, how do we solve this problem. So if data can be stable in the country, it will help us as surveyors a lot. That's on the side of the government. Then also, on the side of the government still, we want a kind of relationship, understanding. We have understanding now, but we want a better understanding in terms of policy formulation and other areas of life. Then to the public, I want to advise the public that it's better, even when you are thinking of raising a building for yourself, even before you purchase the land, get the advice of a surveyor. Contact a surveyor. And the surveyor can easily identify his office where he has this white, green signboard. And once you enter the office, then you'll be able to know the person I'm discussing with is a surveyor. Not just anybody that puts a pole in front of his office, no. So when you enter the office, you can even challenge him. The survey you are going to do for me, are you the one that will sign it? You will see in his office there his registration certificate. You will see his CAC certificate and some other thing that will give you rest of mind that the person I'm dealing with actually is a surveyor. So get a surveyor who will help you even before you pay for the land. Let him tell you the land you want to pay money on, this land is free from encumbrances like acquisition, government acquisition, and the rest of them. He'll be able to advise you before you take your hard-earned money and then you fritter them away. So,
okay, finish your...
So that is my advice to the public.
Quickly before you go, sir, how important is mapping to economic development?
Well, it is said that the mapped nations of the world, the advanced nations of the world. That's how important mapping is. If your country is not mapped, your state is not mapped, you are not advanced. You cannot say this is here, and you need the map to be able to say this should be here, this should be here, and that should be here. We talk of development planning, we talk of all kinds of planning. You need a survey. You need a map to be able to say this is here and that is there. And that is why the advanced nations, they are the most developed, the mapped nation, and the heavily mapped nations are the advanced nations of the world. So that's how far the country needs to get its state and its country adequately mapped.
And how has the Nigerian government be following that mapping method, sir?
That's a big question. Nigeria have been talking about contributing a certain percentage of the budget, GDP, of whatever for mapping, but that has not come. But I think the current administration is making effort because already he has brought the office of the Surveyor General to the presidency, and I think that will help us a lot, so that we'll be able to advance what are our essential needs, and that will be able to help us to get our country adequately mapped.
Thank you so much. We've been in conversation with Surveyor Abiodun the Chairman, Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, Ogun State Branch, and we've really talked a lot, delved into different aspects of surveying. Say thank you today, and we wish you well in the celebration of Global Surveyors Day. Thank you so much for coming on the program. But before you go again, I know you're a very busy man, jumping from one forest to the other, trying to map out. But how do you relax?
Well, the relaxation aspect of it is important, just as you said. When we work from Monday till Friday or early Saturday, then you go back home, and then on the rest of the Saturday weekend, you make sure you take your rest.
Okay.
And occasionally on some days like this, you also move here and there. You leave the office, and then you stretch your legs, stretch your hand, and that's part of what it takes to keep the body and mind and soul together.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
So we'll take this break.